Welcome back, and we are at the topics. And the next topic is police and spy cameras. There's been reports in the press that the police will be using buttonhole cameras or hidden cameras, cameras hidden as a pen when they're out there doing their duties at checkpoints.
Cameras hidden on their person?
On their body, yeah, on their person, to be recording activities, to be used in case we, deny committing.
Well, I hope they don't forget to switch these cameras off sometimes.
Right.
I say don't be afraid.
Okay.
Remember the CCTV cameras? Turns out half of them were dummy cameras. They don't actually work. I predict the same thing.
So they're going to have dummy body cameras?
Yeah, exactly. I predict the same thing.
So the purpose of this camera is, if
if
I'm pulled over, window goes down, policeman asks me for my license. Maybe my license is out of date. Maybe I don't have it on me.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have been speeding. I might have whatever.
Maybe you tell him you know someone famous.
Well,
and
maybe I'll say, well, hey, come on, man. I don't speak Thai. Da 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 da. Can we sort this out here?
Yeah.
I don't have time to go to the station right now. You know the drill.
Yeah, I know the drill.
So the police are trying to stop me from doing that?
I think if people are going to be paying off policemen, and they will be threatened by the fact that there's a camera,
right?
And the price for paying off will be even higher because the guy's got evidence of you paying off.
So somewhere,
well, you got to increase the price.
Potentially somewhere there could be footage of me going through the drill
with
a gentleman in a brown uniform. Is what you're saying?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. The police are going to put it on YouTube as well?
No.
Is there going to be a Thai police YouTube channel?
Is this an invasion of privacy?
I don't know, is it?
Some say it is. Some say it is an invasion of privacy, your personal right. The police should not be able to film you without your consent.
Yes.
But again, this is still just a proposal. And like all proposals,
I think we need a
feasibility study about
exactly. Exactly.
So we'll interview people in 77 provinces.
Exactly. Let me just address the audience for 1 second. If you are ever confused, befuddled, bewildered by any decision made by the Thai government, Thai agencies, the army, the police, whatever or whoever, just think one thing: budget, and everything will make sense. Care to disagree? Speechless.
Very hard to disagree. Very hard to disagree.
Give me a minute to think about
Very hard to disagree.
I'm just trying to figure out how I can get some of that budget.
Cameras are useful. Cameras in cars, for instance, in the US, the police have been equipped with cameras in their cars. When they pull someone over, there's always been videos on, and they make a reality show out of it.
Oh yes, yeah.
What happens? Cops stop someone, so because it's dangerous in the US. You could pull a gun and shoot the guy, right? So they have procedures to follow, and the cameras are installed in the car. Right. In Hong Kong, I heard that the policemen are now walking around on patrol duty with cameras.
Right.
Okay. So there are also little cameras that you can install as a driver on your windshield. Have you seen that? Those ones that record your traffic duty. So perhaps we should also have cameras focused.
Well, there was an incident a few years ago when some people were pulled over by a traffic policeman, and they surreptitiously filmed themselves going through the motions of doing the drill. And there was a huge uproar. So now the tables are being turned on the consumer, I guess. The consumer or the giver or whatever, I don't know.
This sort of started with an incident, I think last year, when the police stopped a woman driver, and he happened to have a camera with him. He was filming it. And this lady, she works for a bank. She went berserk. She went crazy. She started yelling and screaming at him. She asked for his badge number. She asked for his superior, so on and so forth. And then, of course, the policeman, being the smart guy that he was, sent this video up on YouTube. Everybody watched it. Everybody commented on it. It became one of the biggest news.
This is not the first time it happened in the last couple of years. There was also a famous actor, right, who was very, very drunk late at night, and he went through the whole "Don't you know who I am?" drill.
Or do you know who my father is?
Yeah, the usual stuff.
The usual stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
so Thai police are fighting back. Yeah.
Or not. It could just be something for visibility study.
If they get the budget. Okay, so let's move on. It's very topical. Bangkok Dangerous.
Not the movie.
Not the movie, but it is quite dangerous on Bangkok's roads, Thailand's roads actually, if you want to spread it out a little bit further. There's been a couple of big accidents lately. Cars falling off.
We've had cars falling off expressways. Falling off expressway. I think a case this week, and there was one case last week. So they almost at the same area, in fact. On the expressway, the guy bumped to something and actually They lost their lives. There was a red car that was burned, and I didn't know it was red. Right, so he lost his life, and this has brought the attention to, are the roads safe?
I think the concrete barriers that are alongside our elevated expressways, I mean, they're pretty simple concrete barriers. I think it's pretty easy. I mean, given the number of accidents we've had in the last couple of years with cars launching themselves over, there's a design fault there.
So the barriers are too low, perhaps?
It's possible. I mean, if you're driving at 200 kilometers an hour and you hit that barrier, you're probably going to go through it or over it, I would say.
Well, I mean, you drive, we all drive every day, and then some of the junctions, like they call them the Y junctions, where you split into two different lanes. They don't have enough, what do you call it?
Oh, no, you could easily straight line that thing and go over, sort of Dukes of Hazzard style.
You don't have enough space to build up, you know?
I think it's all the above. It's bad road, poorly planned, and also a lot of these accidents happen late at night, and I guarantee you the drivers are almost always drunk. Happens at midnight, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., driving 200 miles an hour, like you said. Usually they are drunk, and at 4 a.m. in the morning, where you're going, where you're leaving from. This is one of the big problems we have in Bangkok, drunk and driving.
There have been a couple of quite prominent cases lately where there was one last year or 2 years ago where a young lady was driving a car, hit one of those vans. There was a big accident. 7 or 8 people.
And that was not about alcohol.
She was a high society girl and became famous because she was from a famous family.
But she was not drunk. This is coming back to that. The point that maybe drivers are bad. She was a bad driver. She was an inexperienced, unlicensed 17-year-old girl behind a car that she should not be in the first place, because she was not trained to drive properly. She didn't know how to manage the car well enough. She caused an accident. Whatever happened to the case, by the way?
I don't know. I think it's just another case of Thai parents spoiling their children, especially from rich family.
I think she was due in court a couple of months ago, and now maybe the appearance has been put back. But I think it's still going through the system.
But the more prominent case is the one that just happened. The daughter of Kun Govit Wattanagun, who is a famous actor and used to be a former boxer. She supposedly went to do a tutoring session with her boyfriend around midnight, and she came home and she got into an accident and she passed away. Very tragic. But what I'm going to talk about is not necessarily the accident itself. Now, Kun Govit Wattanagun, let's make this a little bit controversial. He is known to be quote-unquote a red shirt. Right? And there are a lot of feedbacks and comments towards this accident and the death of his daughter. Now, a lot of feedback online, on the website, on the forum, you can go check it out yourself. A lot of people are saying, good, you deserve it. Your daughter deserves to die because you are a red shirt. Now,
that's not...
we are neither red, we are neither yellow, or even if you are red or yellow, I mean, come on, people, we are people. We are human beings. You do not rejoice at the death of someone and someone's daughter just because he happened to have a different political stance. This just goes to show how politically divided this country has become and how blinded and hateful people have become. To say a thing like that.
While we have politics, we should not ignore the matters that affect us on a daily basis.
People are people. At the end of the day, we are Thais, whether you're yellow or red.
Okay, that's quite true, Ronald. I mean, people shouldn't pick up. I mean, it's nothing to do with the fact it's a tragic road accident. But at the previous accident we were talking about, where the young girl was driving the car, hit the van, 6 or 7 people were killed. One of the first things that gets picked up is her last name. What kind of background? Who are her parents? Are they wealthy people? Are they prominent people? It's not so much about the accident, it's about the family. It becomes about the family. And that was one of the first things that happened with that big accident that we were talking about. And you yourself said, oh, she was another example of
and everybody crucifies her.
A young girl being spoiled by her parents. Accidents do happen.
I mean, for Christ's sake, people, stop picking on rich high society Thais. Come on. That is so unfair. Do not victimize them.
She brought it on herself. There was a picture of her sending a message on her BlackBerry.
Oh, no. I mean, there was a picture of her standing beside the road using a telephone. I mean, that could be taken out of context in any way. I mean, if you have an accident, of any kind of accident, like somebody bumps into my car, I'm going to stand by the road. What am I going to do? I'm going to call the insurance guy. So that doesn't mean that I'm playing BB with somebody. I could be texting the insurance guy or where I am. So you shouldn't take that kind of stuff out of context.
This is a problem with the internet age. Information get out so quickly. People make assumptions so quickly and so stupidly. Before you make any assumption, just wait for the facts to come out first. look at the facts and then make your assumption and then have your comments, your opinions. People just jump onto things so quickly. Something happened, you tweet. Something happened, you comment online. And most of the things you say are based on nothing.
Based
just
on nothing.
Emotion, just prejudice
it's all
and bias.
spur of the moment.
Exactly.
That was what happened in the Olympics. A lot of Thai people went to the Facebook page of the Boxing Association and was blasting and commenting in English, Thai, and all kinds of languages.
I think somebody threatened to invade England.
someone threatened.
The question becomes, who are you going to fight for if this thing go down?
For me.
Yeah, you and a pissant, who are you going to fight for?
Let's see.
Tough, huh? Tough.
Okay, well, go to the break and then I'll think about it.
Well, talking about the break, our next topic.
Ask me after the break.
Right, we will come back after the break and we're going to be talking about night spots on fire. Hot night spots.
Okay.
They can never break your pride.